The history in the gas industry, and certainly in Northern Gas Networks, is a very compliant, traditional way we go to work. The impact of what we do with our key stakeholders and our people can be quite dramatic. What you're going to see today, you're going to see the future of how we can put our people to work to minimise the impact on our stakeholders, to do our work safely, but also, more importantly, under the RIIO period, to do it with a high level of efficiency, with a high level use of innovation. This is the future.
That future involves bringing together two separate techniques in leak detection and repair to deliver what will be an unbeatable way to make life easier for the customer, stakeholder and workforce. It will provide a quick resolution of problems, be safer, less disruptive, more environmentally friendly, and economically it really makes sense. NGN colleagues and partners Scotia Gas Networks and Balfour Beatty explain.
The operator in the rear of the van, he has a computer screen that he's watching constantly, and he's also listening.
In touch, mate.
On the screen he's got a live visual feed from a camera that's inside the main, but he's also got two acoustic screens that are going to give him points of interest to stop and listen to. So he'll see the graphs lift, and that designates that there's noise in the main. So he's looking for any joints, any tappings on the main, any connections that are going to have an acoustic interest. So we'll stop on each piece that we find just to make sure that they're actually sound and there's no leakage there. Leak detection has been done on gas networks traditionally the same for the past 30 years or more. The step change in this is going to be such a huge advancement, and it's going to reduce the time spent on site looking for leakage, and then it will also consequently reduce the time of having a leakage repair. So you haven't got customers ringing in constantly saying there's still a smell of gas.
This is the second piece of the combination. The core and vac machinery that's already in use in some areas but has never before been used in conjunction with the acoustic investigator camera that can hear and see leaking gas.
I operate the core and vac machine. We attend gas escapes and we fix them through keyhole surgery. First of all, you get your drilling rig on, you then attach a small pilot core that will give you the depth of the tar. You then use a bigger diameter core, which would be 600. You can then basically measure the depth using the smaller core. Once we've used the core, we use the vacuum and air lance to remove the spoil from the excavation. Once the spoil has been removed, it's stored in the tank for either reuse or taken away to a landfill site. We then use long-handled tooling to repair the gas escape. Once that's happened, we then use type 1 to refill the hole. We use a compaction monitor and a tamper plate to basically tamp down the spoil. And then we use a grout to be able to reinstate the actual core that we've taken out, and then within 30 to 45 minutes the traffic can drive back over.
The next stage is to tie the camera in with the core and vac operation. This has a range of advantages, from time saving to safety, environmental benefits and economy. 3 very testing locations have been chosen to bring these operating systems together to see how they would perform and whether advances could be made that would make the partnership more efficient.
We're at Toller Lane in Bradford, working on a gas escape. We've had a lot of issues here over the last few years, historically a lot of escapes at this location, and as you can see It's particularly a busy road, especially rush hour traffic, so creating a lot of problems in this location.
I can't remember there not being roadworks and destructive roading. It's a busy road as it is, really busy road. And the fact that it's right outside where we work, where the business is, it's disrupting business. More often than not, people think we're closed because of it. And I hope that's going to speed up roadworks. It's been more than welcome to any business.
CAMRA and Core and VAC have made a positive start working together, and a long-standing leak has been found and fixed. However, conventional digging is still used to access the main for the camera to be inserted.
Today we're at Harden Lane in Bingley. It's a residential area. We've got a 6-inch gas main running down the road. This section of main's got a history of leakage, so this new technology will help reduce the disruption to the residents.
The gas people are very frequent visitors to this road. There's obviously been a problem, probably a long-standing problem, and I think anything now that they can do to alleviate A, the time spent on digging up the road, and B, affecting the traffic flow, which again on this road is an absolute nightmare, has got to be welcomed.
Today the leak was found right in the middle of a frequently used side road.
Yeah.
With a conventional escape solution, a permit to excavate may have been required, plus Harris fencing and temporary lights. With the CAMRA and Core and VAC systems, half the side road remains open, enabling traffic to pass.
The core back down to main, it's 1.4 to top at main, so if we'd have been doing it beyond, it'd have been a Deepex, hole would have been 1.5 metres square, where they've only got it at 600 all the way down to main. Beyond, it'd have been looking probably 2 days. From a safety point of view, you know, it's a lot better.
Well, in terms of safety, you've got less possibility of cable strikes. You're just using a core bit to go through tarmac in conjunction with the air lance. So you've got less risk, any damage to cables and other utility plants.
They've camera at main, located joint that we've got some interest on, marked it up on surface and they've core vac down. And when we've got down onto the joint, exposed it, cleaned it and soaked it up with leak fluid and it started bubbling, so it proves it was leaking.
This innovation is fantastic for the customer. The traditional methods are quite lengthy from reinstatement process, whereas now we can be within a street at normal times at 8 o'clock and by 4:15 we're away and you wouldn't even know we've been there.
Day 3, and the crew is literally breaking new ground. For the first time they're using the Core and VAC to excavate the hole that will allow the camera to be inserted into the main. This means time and money saved, road disruption minimised, a smaller environmental impact with less backfill material needed, less risk for the workforce, and importantly, less physical strain on them too.
This morning we're on Laytop Lane in the centre of Bradford. It's quite a narrow road, so there's access issues. We've got a couple of factories nearby as well. There's wagons going in and out today. 1 or 2 residents have expressed a concern that there's quite a strong smell of gas, so it's quite important that we're in and out and we can reassure them that we've got the leak sorted.
This method of working is going to be such a leap forward. It's going to be the difference between open heart surgery and keyhole surgery, basically.
It's a good analogy, and to finish it off, the scarring is minimal and enables NGN to resume normal service quicker than ever before. The work has been less intrusive for NGN's stakeholders and has created a safe environment for its people. Looking to the future, the aim is to eliminate the need for them having to enter an excavation ever again.
We at Northern Gas Networks aspire to be the best at everything we do. Hopefully today you've seen our journey towards a new and exciting way of working. I'd like to say a big thanks to everybody who's contributed to this presentation and open up for any further questions you may have. Thank you very much.